Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Bleeding Crypto's live Zoom session. It is Tuesday, September 1st, and we're going to take a look at the market. We're going to start with coin market cap. We've got an overall market cap at $387.7 billion, 24-hour volume, nice and high above 100 billion at $132 billion. Bitcoin dominance, 56%. That's really, really great to see. For so long, it's been in the 60s and 70s for, man, I want to say over a year. It's been at least a year since we've seen Bitcoin in the 50 percentile for dominance. So very, very good, which is why all the alts are looking good as well. We've got Bitcoin up 2.2%, Ethereum leading the majors at almost 8%. XRP, wow, XRP finally moved, really, wow. 6.25%, Chainlink 2.5%, Bitcoin Cash 6%. So I mean, definitely some big Binance 10%, looking really, really good. Actually, that's even better than Ethereum. So across the board, looking really good. TRX, I can't believe TRX ran after Justin Sun's announcement of future announcement. I blasted him on Twitter too, calling him a piece of shit. And look at the thing, and it ran good. 14.67%. It doesn't invalidate that he's a piece of shit, but at least his coin ran. So if you guys are holding it and trading it, good for you guys. Let's look at the heat map. I want to see something here. All right, so we've got some heat up at 12.1. That's been a long time resistance battle. So we're at 12.1 with some heat down at 11.62. Let's take a look at Bitcoin on the, let's start with the 1 hour. Let's start to see how that's looking. Okay, so Bitcoin on the hourly, not looking good. Beautiful, beautiful double top. Completion of that double top would put it right at the 50 EMA, right at 11,800 mark. Let's look at the 4-hour time, bearish on the MACD as well. We're sitting on the 9 EMA, however, on the 4-hour time frame, and we are arching over into a possible flag position for Bitcoin. Looking good on the MACD. No red on the oscillator. Got that really nice hook curve going on, getting closer to that cross indicator. RSI holding strong at 58 points, holding above the 9 EMA. There's the pole, there's the flag. All we need is that breakout. So in my opinion, I think it looks more bullish than bearish. I don't really care what the 1 hour shows me. I do care about what the 4-hour, 12-hour, and higher time frames show us. Look at the MACD on the higher time frames. Beautiful bull crossover, printing green on the oscillator. Look at the volume. Look at the volume picking up nicely. We're above the 9 EMA. We're probably just coming down to touch the 9 or allow the 9 to catch up. But if you look at this here, let me show you something real quick here. We're still inside of this box, but ignore the box for a second. And then let me just snap this line and this will make sense. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. You see what we did here? This has been a line of resistance. Actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make this red because my point is that this red line, I'm gonna make it actually a dotted line so it doesn't get confused with this one up here. Let me take this one off. There we go. So this red dotted line has been an area of constant resistance. Look where we're at now. We're pretty much flipping it. We're flipping it into support. This might not seem like a big deal, but it is, because we've seen this type of move time and time again. When we're held down underneath an area of resistance, we gotta break above it. We gotta close above it. We gotta back test it. Would like to see at least 3 touches and then off we go. However, I wouldn't celebrate just yet, only because we've got heat at 12.1, which is the top of this red box. This has been a box that we have not been able to really break out of. This isn't a break. When this happens, I don't consider this a break of this box, because even though we technically broke it, we came right back down into it. So I don't really call this a breakout. For me, a breakout out of this box would mean breaking out of it, confirming 3 times, and either staying sideways or moving up. So 12-1 seems to be key at the moment for a breakout and a confirmation of a back test. I would love to see that happen so I can feel more warm and fuzzy that we're going to some greater targets, which would be ultimately our 14665 from the harmonic pattern that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. So that would be the end of the harmonic pattern. You know, it's been a while. I mean, we've been stuck inside of this range for over a little bit over a month and a day. We've been stuck inside of this range, and we're still in it. I'm not going to say we're breaking out of it, because all we're doing is taking it one step at a time, breaking out of these EMAs, breaking out of this line. Once we do that, would love to flip this box into support. I am still leaning bullish on the market overall. I don't see a bear case. I know a lot of people are still waiting for a drop, waiting for us to see, you know, 9,500 or 88. I'm not. I don't know. We could. I just don't see any signal. There's so much bullishness going on, not only with Bitcoin, but I feel like it's all positive on every aspect of the market, not only with Bitcoin, but with the majors, all these new companies coming out, all these shit coins, all this stuff that I haven't even heard of, like farming and which I would love to pick somebody's brain on that, on what the hell they're talking about farming. No clue what it is. The only thing that I know about it is that Jose posted today that his friend is making $1,500 every 6 hours in farming. So that for me tells me stay the fuck away from it, because remember, I tell you guys over and over again, the market is not here to make you money. So think about it. If it's that easy, do you really think that the guys are just setting this up here? Let's just set this up and just give people free money. Yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here just to give them money. That has got to come from somewhere, and that's got to be a setup to basically wipe you out. And that's what the market is for. That's how these exchanges exist. They don't exist because you're making money. They exist because they're making money. And when they're making money, you're losing money. It's just really that black and white. Very, very simple. If you're making money, exchanges are losing. So do you really think the exchanges set themselves up to lose or to win? Whether it's an exchange or whether it's farming or whether it's whatever you're doing. So I would love to hear, however, what the hell is farming. And I think Darth is going to help us out with that in a little bit. But already, I don't like it. Already hearing that story about his friend making $1,500 every 6 hours, I would stay away from it until I know more about it. But even if I know more about it, I highly doubt that they're going to convince me that it is the new way of just of printing cash. Let's look at Bitcoin on the weekly. Here we are on the weekly, still looking good. Remember, these breakouts of this flag, it's not something that's going to happen in a very quick procession, because we are, each one of these represents a week. So it's taking some time. We did a nice breakout. We did a little bit of a pullback. We came back down into the 9. The MACD to me still looks bullish, heading up, agreeing on the oscillator. We are creating a little bit of a space between the MACD and the cross indicator. That you want to be careful, because typically when they get too far, when they start pulling away from each other, that's a setup for a pullback to get a little bit closer to it. So we want to see these two run as close as possible to avoid seeing any deep pullbacks. Right now it's looking great. It's basically holding and flipping the major resistance. Look at this bar here on the weekly. This was major resistance. What did we do? We flipped it, we broke out of it, and we confirmed it. Unlike what I was just talking to you guys a little bit ago, here we broke it, one confirmation, and she shit the bed. Here on the weekly, however, we broke it, confirmed, and are holding nice and steady above that. And that to me is one of the major reasons that I'm bullish on the market. This is a great market structure. This means that our harmonic pattern of this flag breakout is still intact, is still in play, and there's no indication that this isn't going to continue to play. And again, it puts us right into close into that $14,000 to $15,000 range on the completion of that harmonic pattern. Let me get rid of this tab here that we're not using. Let me get rid of coin market cap. Okay. Here, let me look. Let's look at some of the majors. Let's take a look. Let me use this tab here, and I want to just scan the market real quick. Yeah, my computer definitely needs a restart. Band. I'm really into. Been paying a lot of attention, following Band because of Techno's recommendation. We had I think the last time we had a Zoom session, he kind of gave me the 411 on these projects on Band, Comp. There's several other ones that he told me about, and I'm really liking it. So I've been watching it. I've been paper trading it in my head. It's been playing out really well. I haven't been actively trading. I've been on vacation, but now that I'm back, I have my eye on this. I'm just waiting for it to pull back onto this. Here, let me show you. It broke out of this high 12, low $13 range. Here we go. Give me 1 second. There we go. So it broke out of this range here really nicely. And it seems that every time it comes down into the 30 and 50 is a time to reload on this particular project. And it's looking really good right now. It hit 15, 16, almost $17. It is starting to come back down a little bit. So I'm watching this area right here. Would love to see it come back down into here. Let me just find my toolbar. There we go. Let me here. And I want to start getting into some coins again. This is definitely on my list. So I want to see this touch this area here, put another order here on the 50, as it's been doing here, for some nice moves. MACD looks prime. MACD looks really good on the 12-hour time frame. So I think once we break this resistance of 1723, she's gonna fly. She is going to fly. Let me look at something else real quick here. Yeah, nice J hook. Nice J hook. I don't like this market structure, to be honest, but here's the thing. When you look at this market structure, you also have to take into consideration where we are in the market. So even though there are bearish patterns, you don't want to rely on bearish patterns in a bullish market or in a market that's been consolidating for the past, 9, 10 days. If we're coming out of that consolidation, which I believe that's been the case. We've been kind of just going sideways, and now Bitcoin seems like it's ready to do another leg up. I'm not going to rely on this pattern as much. It doesn't give me that much confidence that this is going to be playing out. I'm more confident that it's going to be continuing. Just like I told you guys on the Zoom session the last time we had it, somebody asked me about a gap chart. I said, I'm not even going to bother doing a gap chart. Gap charts are for bearish markets. They're for retracements. They're to find areas where we're going to find some support and where the market is going to bring back certain coins to those areas. In a bearish market, the only gaps that I want to look at are the ones on the upside, not on the downside. So I'm looking at this, and even though this gives me a bearish pattern, I'm looking more for a bullish. The only thing I will look at is the pull away from the 9 EMA. You guys know that. I'm always talking about that. So I expect that to close, but I don't expect this pattern to play out in this market. It could, But the momentum of that MACD, that J hook, that bullish cross with the cross indicator, the little dot of green on the volume oscillator, the RSI holding above 50 points at 65 points, tells me a whole different story. It tells me that this came back down, found support, confirmed the support. Look at that, 1, 2, 3 touches, and it's continuing to the upside. So when you look at a flag breakout, at one point or another, that flag breakout at one point was a double top until it continued. So if you ever follow a flag pattern like this one here, this flagged out, hit the 30, which is a very, very popular destination for the market structure to go before a breakout. It usually dips down to the 30 right before a big breakout. It did that here, consolidated, did it one more time to the 30, and then there she goes. So at some point when the price action was here, it looked like a double top. But if we're in a bullish market and everything's looking good to the upside, there was no reason why not to trade it. And look at it. Look at the move that it did. Look at that move. And I feel that we're in the same boat as we were here. As a matter of fact, if you look at this market structure, and remember what I told you guys, these patterns repeat themselves. They repeat themselves over and over again. Look at this structure. Look at this structure. How this, yeah, obviously this structure is greater, but the structure is still there. It came down to the 30, consolidated, hit the 31 one more time, and off she went. And did she get pullbacks? Of course. These wicks, we know were pullbacks. These wicks were pullbacks at some point. Look at this big wick here, but she kept on going. And I feel like this has a good chance of continuation. So I definitely have my eyes on BAN. Icon, ICE6, very, very, very popular coin, has had a tremendous run. It's cooling down a little bit. It's cooling down. Nothing out of the ordinary. What did it really do? It just came down to the 30. It came down and look, and confirmed 1, 2, 3 times. The MACD is resetting. More than likely, in my opinion, she's going to hit the 50 EMA exactly the way she did here for a continuation. And again, talking about repeating themselves, look at this market structure and look at this market structure. Almost identical. The only thing missing is a touch on the 50 EMA, and it looks like we may get that. The way that the MACD is arched to the downside, not quite parallel, gives me the confidence that very, very well, very likely she's going to hit that 50 EMA. And not only that, but if I snap a line, look to the left, I find support, resistance, resistance, resistance. So this area to me, if you guys are not in ICE6 or you guys got out and trying to reload for some more trading, 0.55505, somewhere in that vicinity would be a really good area to load up again to see this just curve right up. Nothing here tells me that this is done. I think this is going to continue to go, especially with that partnership with Samsung and the whole ID thing. Again, don't really follow the news. I just going by what I've read, what you guys post on the Discord, that I do read. Everything you guys post, I always go back at some point and I start reading everything. And somebody wrote something about a partnership with, don't quote me, but I think it was Samsung and some other company that's going to deal with something about ID for the government to, I think it was something COVID related. But in anyhow, which is what initially made this really a pump, was that announcement. So I don't see why this wouldn't continue to move to the upside. BNB, I know Crypto Sin has got to be just a love and life right now with BNB at 25 bucks. Nice consolidation. But if you guys take a look at BNB, it's a very, very typical way BNB runs. If you look back, when BNB runs, she runs, pumps, gives some back, goes sideways, pumps, gives some back, goes sideways, pumps. That's all she's been doing, except when you're watching the market the way Crypto Sin does, 1 minute is 5 minutes. 10 minutes is an hour. So for him, when he says, Jesus Christ, this thing hasn't pumped in months. No, not really. It's been fucking 14 hours, dude. Relax. And sure enough, look at this. It just taken off. So I know he hung in there because I read his comment today saying that something about him being really happy that this thing's finally moving. And I think this is going to continue just to really, really explode. OMG holding strong at $5 for so long. This thing stood at below a dollar and $1.25 for an eternity. And now look at that, $5, and it looked like it found support. It looks like it found support. Let's see. Let me take off the extension. No extension. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. She's consolidating at 618. Consolidate. I know for some people it's hard, and it's hard for me when you see OMG for months on end at $1.20. All of a sudden it's $5, and you think to yourself, shit, I don't want to buy the top. To a certain extent, yeah, that's a good way to view the market. But here's another thing to that. You have to be careful. You have to take the overall market into consideration. If the market is bullish and she came down and retraced to 618, is consolidating at 618, that tells you, you know what? She's done. Look at the MACD. Look at this. She's just about getting ready to touch the 30, and off she goes again. So don't think about OMG at 125. Think of OMG at $10, came down to $5, retraced, found support, consolidated. Keep in mind that this is the 12-hour time frame. So this is one hell of a consolidation. This wasn't just a couple of 1-hour bars and then off she goes. That's very, very different. Look at the indicator, giving this time to reset. So if you guys never got into OMG, let me tell you something. When this thing runs, it runs. I would not be surprised to see this coin $15, $20 in the next 6 to 8 weeks. Wouldn't surprise me at all. I follow this coin when it was Ant shares, 25 cents. Saw the rebranding when it was 50 cents into, was it? Yeah, I believe it was this one that was, this one and Neil broke out at the exact same time. Like sometimes I get them confused, but I think this is the one that was Ant shares. It could be Neil. In any case, I saw this thing go from pennies up to 26 or $27, and we're already at $5. And this is a real live company, brick and mortar, which unlike most things in crypto are all speculation. This is very different. This is one of the coins that wasn't based on an overhyped ICO. As a matter of fact, in the era where ICOs were uncapped, meaning that a company would come out with literally some white paper and promises, and they would raise hundreds of millions of dollars with nothing other than just a white paper. No offices, no tech, nothing. Just an idea of what they can do. I can make fucking cows fly and deliver milk like Amazon. Oh yeah, let's buy it. And people would just fucking line up and give their money to them. They couldn't give their money away fast enough. This company could have done that and taken advantage of it. However, all they did, it says, we need $25 million to buy out our competition in Thailand, and that's all we want to raise. And they raised it like this. They grabbed the money, they bought the company out, and they actually have a brick and mortar, a team since conception, since day one. Omisego was actually Omis, and then when OMG came out, it became Omisego. So this is one of the few companies that I know of that actually have an actual product. So unlike most things out there. Let's see, what else is on my radar? ETC has been a little bit disappointing. However, ETC is a sleeper coin. I've seen this thing just fly under the radar. And the fact that ETH broke out the way it did, this usually follows. This, you ask any of the old timers, ask Techno, ask Old School, ask Darth. People will discount ETC before you know it. She's doing 20, 30%. Look at Ethereum. Look at Ethereum just go and go and go. This is the daily. Let me get the 12-hour. Look at this. Just go and go and go. ETC usually follows closely. So just be mindful of ETC. Don't discount it. I think since she hasn't really ran the way ETH has, she's got a lot of room to catch up. So that's been on my radar as well. ADA, of course, always on my radar. Always a great money maker. She's been ranging tightly in this range here. I think she's going to explode before you guys know it. She'll be back up there where she was. So just watch for that one. On the 12-hour time frame, look at that 12-hour reset. Look at the reset on that MAC indicator. Look at the RSI at 54 points. Look at that V-shaped reversal. Bounced off of the 200, confirmed, dip, confirmed, and off she goes. She's above all EMAs. We've got a bullish cross, potential bullish cross with the 30, the 100, the 50. This bitch is gonna go. So watch her. Let me go into the chat box for a second, guys. Let me see what's going on. Dart says he can hear us. Mike says hello. Bad boy. Bad boy says, should I buy now? You know what? It's never a bad time to buy BNB. If your objective is to hold it, who cares? Who cares that it might retrace? When you're thinking of, I'm going to hold this for 6 months, it's irrelevant that you're buying it at 25 or at 20 bucks. So always keep that in mind. Never feel ashamed to buy it when it's high like this. If your a goal is to keep it for long term, you got to understand when we're talking about buying tops, that's a whole different group of people that I'm addressing. I'm not addressing everybody. Everybody in our Discord, there's groups, and everybody. My comments are not for all the groups. So my comments typically are going to be more for the day traders, because when I'm day trading, that's what I'm focusing on. But when you're looking at something as a long-term investment, a BNB, again, one of the few, like OMG, that has an actual product, Binance, has an actual office, Hong Kong or Malta, wherever they're at now, and they actually have some in the US now, an office in the US. So they're very different coins than your typical coin that is just a bunch of promises. So if you want to buy now, I wouldn't make fun of you. I wouldn't laugh. It just depends on your target. I'm asking DC. Ask him in DMs. He loves fucking doctor. Such a dick. Oh man. Old school is laughing. BC, yes, please. Let's do a Zoom on DeFi coins and farming. We're not doing a Zoom specifically on that. I just want to know somebody to comment on that about what farming is. I don't need to sit there and listen to that shit, since I'm not really that interested in it. I just want to kind of give me the cliff notes. Don't give me the sermon. Give me the cliff notes. I'm in the parking lot drinking with the boys while the pastor's preaching. I just want to know what he said. Am I going to hell or am I going to heaven? That's all I need to know. It's not exchanges. Well, not exchanges like we think. Decentralized. Okay, decentralized has been around for a while. That shit hasn't taken off. There's no liquidity. So farming is about decentralized exchanges. Guys, knock yourselves out. I don't want no part of that shit. Yeah, says, fuck that. Once I find out what farming is, I'm getting a farmer's hat and starting with BC. No, I want none of that. Jose had me at 3.6K a day. Yeah, dude. When you read that, you also have to remember, ask Jose what he's involved in. Remember, Jose belongs to those pump and dump groups. I love him. He knows that. But he has no problem telling you. All those guys, if he's pumping that, I guarantee you this shit is gonna have a bottom to it, and it's gonna fall out. No one is going to give you that kind of money just from the kindness of their hearts. Please be careful with that shit. That's why I said I don't want no part of it. It took me too long and too many hours for me to learn how to trade using technical analysis to sit there and risk my money on fucking that kind of crap. It's not for me. If it's for you and it works for you, knock yourselves out. Not for me. And you're not going to convince me otherwise. Hey, BC, Mr. Mo, how is XRP looking? Let me look. I don't follow XRP. I don't trade it. I have it, but I don't trade it. Let's see here. Oops. Nothing special. It's still in the 29 cents. It should have been in the 20 cents area. I mean, it had a nice pump here. Other than that, it's just up and down, inside of a range. Look, inside of a range, goes down, up, down, up. Right now it goes up. What you have to watch, what I would watch would be this area here, 31 cents. See if she can break the 32, 33 area, flip it. If she can break this, if she can break this area here, which is major resistance, and flip it, I'll be impressed. Until then, it's not, I don't know. Like I told you guys a few weeks ago, you know, from what I'm hearing about the founder just dumping his coins, you know, I think this is just a setup for him to find liquidity to continue to dump it. That's why the price is it doesn't move. It doesn't get past 32 cents. But I don't, like I said, I don't know too much of the details on that. I'm just going from what I'm reading, little clips here and there of things that people post. So I don't know, I would be careful with it, Sean. Dar says, in a bullish market, you have to have a dip to continue up. Exactly. If you don't dip, it has to look like a double top before it continues. Yeah, you have to have a dip. Means smart money took profit. Always remember that. Smart money takes profit. The rest of the dumb market buys into the green. You need to take profit. Number one rule. Yeah, exactly. Whoever put that on there, that's what I would like to see. That's what I would like to see. But once she breaks above this line here, then come talk to me. Then let's look at it. We might have some really good opportunity. But right now, you have a good opportunity to range trade it. Here, look at this range here. If you take this as a range, and granted, I'm looking at a 12-hour time frame. It's not a day trade. It's more like a swing trade. But this is 13%. I would, if I was range trading it, I'm sorry, I would actually go a little lower, because you want to be able to pull some profit. Look, 10%. Buy here, sell here. That's one trade. Buy here, sell here, 2 trades. Bought it here, sold it here, 3 trades. Bought it here, almost about to sell. That would have been 5 trades since in a month. Exactly August 1st, today, September 1st, that would have been 5 10% trades. That's 50%, 10 trades. You know, you could have made some money. That's what range trading is. Some guy today, one of my members, Nova Q, last night he was playing, I don't know what coin, on the 30-minute time frame, same principle, range trading it off the 9 EMA. He made $1,200 overnight, just trading off the 9, just range trading it off the 9. It's not that difficult, guys. It's really, really easy. The problem is, it's one word, guys. One word is a problem: greed. Every time you're gonna buy it here, you think she's gonna fucking moon, and then you don't sell it when you're supposed to sell it, and then you tell yourself, okay, no, next time I'm gonna fucking buy it there, and I'm gonna sell it, and you do the same thing over and over again. Range trading means that you buy it, and the moment you buy it, you put your order, you put your alert, and walk away. If you sit there and watch it, you're gonna take your sell order off because you think you're smarter than the market, and you wind up losing 2, 3, 4% because you wind up buying it as it's going back down, and you repeat the same thing over and over again. That's the hardest part. A monkey can put 2 lines of a bottom and a top. Easiest thing to do. Easiest thing. The hard thing is controlling your greed, and that's what you have to do to range trade. The most basic person coming into trading, you can tell them the bottom of a range is support, the top of resistance, that's where you sell. Easy enough. Buy, sell. Can't be that difficult. But the greediness makes it difficult. We are our own worst enemy when it comes to range trading, because it really is not that hard. GQ says, you know, I'm in it. He must be talking about Icon. I know he's talking about Icon. Old School says, but 14 hours feels like months. I know, Old School. Just took free position. Oh, good. Old School took a free position on BNB. Awesome, bro. Very, very nice. Neil, okay, Neil was and shares. Miss Neil Baonju was good back with me back then. Okay, so yeah, so I knew it was one of those two, but those two ran together. I remember it was Neo, ONG, Qdom, and Civic. That one dude's project. What is his name? I think it's Vinny. So all those projects, they come out at the same time, and those things were just on fire. You couldn't miss. I mean, you couldn't lose money with them. It was great while it lasted. Dart says real company. Oh boy, here we go. Dart doesn't like me to say. Dart doesn't like me to talk about how shitty crypto really is when there's only a few projects that actually have a brick and mortar. That's what he's referring to. But oh well. NovaQ, yeah, NovaQ says, BC, can I have your input on? Okay, that's the one he made money on. CVR. Yes, you definitely can. CVR. I don't have it in my list, but let me just type it out. CVR USD. Let me move this out of my way here. Can't see what's coming up. No symbol for that. CRV. Come on, fuck. CRV US. It's on Binance. It's not on my list unless I'm looking at CRV. Make sure I don't have it. Actually, I'm going to put it here on my symbols, so it'll be in here. CRV. So it's on there permanently. There it is. Okay. Oh no, CRV. There we go. Let me go to the smaller time frames. It's a new coin. Actually, no. Let me go to the weekly. I like going from when it came out. Okay, so it just came out. Okay, let me walk backwards. I like looking. Okay, not much going on there. Where are we at there? We broke out. We're checking the 9 again. Okay, good. 4-hour time frame. We came out. We checked the 9. Looks like we're going back to this area here. Not a lot of data to. It's hard, Nova, for me to really give you an accurate assessment when you have very little data. You have to understand that this needs to build a market structure. It needs to build a pattern. I'm always talking about how every coin has a specific pattern it likes to follow. This one is a little difficult. You're working on very limited data. Even the EMAs haven't fully formed. Look at the 100 has barely formed. There's not even a 200 EMA on here yet. So it's kind of hard. You're really rolling the dice with these coins, unless you're playing on some sort of info announcement, an exchange, getting this being added to an exchange. That would be the best way. I think the way you're doing it on the 30-minute time frame is a smart way of doing it, because it's you have more candles, you have more data, you even have a 200 EMA. So the premise is still there as far as support, but overall, it's going to be for really small gains and really small percentages. unlike going obviously for like the 4-hour and the 12-hour and the daily, these moves are going to be smaller, but there's still opportunities to scalp. Right now, Nova, I really, it's hard for me to give you an assessment because there's just not much to go by, my man. And I don't want to just tell you what you want to hear. It's just not something that I can really comment on at the moment because I don't know. I'm just right now looking at this. Obviously you can see it's pulling back a little bit. It's resetting on the MACD. However, does she normally bounce off the 50 EMA when she makes moves like this? I don't know. She hasn't had too many of those moves. She had a move here, similar to this move here, but you can't really rely on just one or two moves. So I think we need a little bit more data to really give you a good assessment. So just be careful. Go on the smaller time frames and do some scalping, and I think that might be your better bet. Sorry, I'm not more helpful with that, my man. Dr. Tao, I love Zcash. Yeah, Zcash has been around for a while. Let's take a look at Zcash. Zcash. I think Zcash has a hard fork in the end of the year. So hard forks, expect this thing to run. End of the year is right around look at the daily. Look at the daily already with the bullish cross. See, this is a very, very bullish pattern. This is the daily. So these moves are not taken lightly. Nice move to the upside. Came down, found support at the 50, stood there consolidating. Now she's slowly creeping back up. Look at the MACD. During that consolidation period, she came all the way down, reset, and she's looking really, really good. Look at this W. Look at this W flag. Yes. What happens later? What happens next after W flag? Let me ask Woodsman. It's a 3758 by a 476 retracement to a 3.2. Is that what happens? The fucking call, the breakout, bitch. It's a breakout. Ain't that right? Yes. Ain't that right? Yes. I love giving Woodsman shit. He knows he's my dude. He knows he's my dude. I love you, Doc. I love you, Woodsman. Don't leave now. Don't back out. Don't say your wife's calling you. Don't get all butthurt on me. Let's see here. Texas Crypto says that was me on I6. Visitors of Jeju Islands in Seoul, South Korea, 15 million. Annually have to use my ID. Yeah, my ID. That's what it was called. My ID. That runs off I6, busiest domestic route in the world. Yes, that's very, very, very a really good company, really good coin. I6, a lot of grief from a lot of people, especially people who bought it really high and started go all the way down to 10 cents. You know, they discounted it, saying that it's no good anymore. But when you have an established ceiling of $12 and I think close to 13 bucks, and you have an established low of 10 cents, that's a lot of opportunity, guys. That's a huge opportunity. So, you know, I'm not telling you to buy it, but keep it in your radar. Keep it in your radar. Yeah, this YFI is insane. I think I saw it somewhere like at $38,000, $40,000. That's just nuts. For a coin to be worth 3 times more than Bitcoin, I don't even know what it does. That's just, that coin is going to crash. So that coin is going to ruin a lot of people. It's going to ruin a lot of people. Me too, Dr. Tao. ZEC, slow as molasses, but it's been a moneymaker. Yes, ZEC, really good. And this weekly has got me the fuzzies, is giving me the fuzzies. Can you please take a look at BAT as well? You got it, boss. Let me look at BAT. Let me look at BAT. BAT. Okay. BAT's been doing nice. BAT's been putting in some work. Now she's retracing. Look what BAT did. So BAT went on a run. She did a beautiful tweezer top reversal. Classic tweezer top reversal. All she's doing is going right back to the 9 because she broke away from it. Really, really good area of support, established support on that 9. She's looking really good. Let me put a little line across there. Established area of resistance, established area of support, great area for reload. I would put an order here and an order on the 30. Actually, not on the 30, excuse me, on this area right here. Look how strong this area was of resistance. This is actually going to be more likely an area for it to come back because look, just follow me for a second. Resistance, resistance, put a low, came back down, resistance, again, rejected, puts another low, comes back in here, resistance, resistance. This is the weekly. This is a month of it trying and trying and trying, puts another low, comes back here, rejection again, and then for another month and a half, and she breaks out of it. What's the most likely scenario? Even if the 9 EMA is already here, the most likely probability is she's going to hit this area of massive resistance. So actually, I probably wouldn't even, if I was interested in this coin, I don't think I'd even put at 3104. 28 cents would be where my order would be. 28 cents if you want to get into that. That would be the area to really capitalize on that as she comes down. As a matter of fact, let's follow this. I got to restart my computer. I don't think it'll hold, but I'm still going to put the comment in here. So, what the fuck did that come out? Come on, work with me. Oh, you son of a bitch. Why doesn't the text box come on? Oh my God, my fucking mind. Come on, this doesn't even click. Never mind. Just make believe I've typed in here. Just remember, great area to reload. Great area to load. Let's see. Teach me how to farm BC. We can have a DeFi conversation after main Zoom. Yeah, you guys can have a conversation about DeFi coin, motherfucker. I'm gonna go eat. Bunch of fucking nerds. Dr. Tao, ETC. Last few days, downward volume. Yeah, I know. I've been watching it too. And in a wedge on a daily since May. First target is $9.40 from a breakout. Let's take a look. You know, I haven't looked at that at the weekly time. What did you say, the weekly? Minute wedge on the daily. Okay, let me take a look at that. I really haven't seen that wedge on the daily. Let me see. She broke that pattern support, flipped it to rejection, and then lost it. Wow. Yeah. I like the way the MACD is resetting on here. Yeah, I can see. She just needs to make a move at this point, Dr. Tao. She needs to get. I mean, look at that. She hit that right there. May go down a little bit more. Typically, these wedges fill about a quarter away from that apex. So she's right there. If she doesn't break out of here, maybe another dip and then a breakout. I'm hoping. No guarantee, but I do like the way ETH runs, and this one typically likes to do that. Runs with. I'm surprised it hasn't ran already with ETH. I have a great feeling on ETC. Don't go by your feelings, brother. Go by the market structure. Feelings is no, you can't judge it on a feeling. Wishing is a different thing. You're wishing it's going to go up. You can't have a feeling that it's going to go up because that's not valid. Hey, BC, can you please take a look at VET? Yes, another great project. VET. That 1.5 cents, man. Fuck. Ooh, she's been already on a tear. She's been on a tear. And look, when she finds support off the 9, what does she do? Puts in a very nice 60% run. She's already hitting. She's setting up for that flag. Here's the cross indicator. Look at the RSI starting to want to turn. Volume isn't great. That's okay. Obviously, it's been on the downward. She's got a gap right here. This looks like a gap to me. Let me see here. Horizontal line. Let me see. Maybe not. Maybe not. Give me 1 second. Let me. No, this is not a gap. Maybe. You know what? Let me take this stupid thing out of here. I think it is a gap. Yeah, it is a gap. Okay, yeah, there it is right there. Gap off of there. So we got a gap on that as a target to the upside. You got a support. You got an established pattern off the 9 EMA, and you got a classic arch for a flag breakout on the MACD. I don't know. It looks good to me. It looks good to me. Let me look at a smaller time frame. She's been filing really strong support here, 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 resistance to the penny there. She's on a range here. I like her. I think she's good. She looks good. Looks good. Let me go to the chat box. Sup dudes, Woodsman, he came in. Hopefully he didn't leave after that comment. Yeah, Zcash target for me is 93 bucks. If it breaks, I'm hoping 120. What's up, Woodsman? I missed the days of range trading. Oh yeah, we did good on that. Was a good run, Darth. We did a good. Me, you, old school, JDM, and I forgot who else. We range traded the shit out of RVN. We crushed that shit. That's right, we did, dude. That was beautiful. It was like it was a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer. They're still out there. There's still a lot of coins that you can do that with. But again, Darth, let me ask you a question. Do you think I was right about what I said? Range trading is easier to find the ranges, but difficult to control your emotion as far as greed, because nobody wants to take 3% or 4%. Everybody wants to take 20, 30%. Do you feel like that's an accurate statement? Old school says range trading bills bags. RVN kicked ass. Yeah, Yaz was another one who we traded that. Yes. Yeah, let me go back up. Hold on. Old school, Dr. Tal, looking around for the same sell points. There also a Zcash happening in, okay, so it's happening in November. I know it's at the end of the year as well. Yeah, now would be a good time to accumulate some Zcash. Now really would be a good time. Not sure it'll do anything, but I might transfer in some free position. That's a great idea, old school. Take your free position that you got at a BNB. It wouldn't hurt to slap it in there. Maybe 50%, slap it in there. CRV is all the hype right now. Thank you, BC. You're very welcome. CRV is liquidity pool, one of those DeFi Legos. Yes, breakout. Lots of sweat before breakout. Gotta love this group. It's a breakout, bitch. That's right, Crypto Ninja. It's a breakout, bitch. I'm going to use that BC. It's a breakout, bitch. That's right. Wisman's calling you a dick. It wasn't calling me a dick. Yes, the Woodsman. Sorry, bro. That shit was funny. Thanks, BC. You're very welcome. Yes, it's been a great week. Free position. Okay, so Yaz got a free position on TRX and Icon ICX this week. Awesome. The Wisman says, I have a trade setup from yesterday to share with you in Discord, BC. Okay, great. Let me get you in on here, man. Finishing up. Oh, he's just finishing work. GTG. I don't know what the fuck that means, man. You know I'm old, dude. Fucking break that. Just write that shit down. It takes another 3 seconds. GTG. The fuck does that mean? Range trading bills bags. Yes, old school. It sure does. RVN did kick ass. Dar says, it's terrible when you sell it, then it goes above the target. Hard to avoid buying back. Yes, yes, I know. It's a mental game. Old school says, I see a t-shirt. BC's degenerates. It's a breakout, bitch. Yes, that would be a great t-shirt. Dart says, got to go. Okay, all right. See, fucking really? This generation that fucking lazy. He couldn't add another fucking 6 more letters. What is 6 more fucking letters? Got to go. GTG sounds like a supplement I take for arthritis. That's right, dude. Neo, I don't know. Dr. Ta, I don't know what you're asking me about Neo. I think I just covered Neo. Why the fuck could he just say that? Night Dark. Oh, old school's leaving. Good. I'm with you, BC. Okay, let me see. Is Woodman back? Because I would love to see his trade setup. I gave him shit, but he always got some good stuff. Oh no, he already left. Oh, Wiz is here. Haven't seen you in a minute. Wiz, good to see you, brother. If he is, I'm with him. Sniper, good to see you, man. Okay, so he's not here. We'll give him a little bit. If anyone wants to chat or let me, you know, I actually want to chart. Let me open up the mic for Darth. I'm dying to know what the hell farming is. Give me a second. Unmute. Okay. Darth, you are unmuted.
Hey guys, what's up? So I don't want to pretend like I'm the absolute expert on this stuff because I'm still kind of in the learning phase myself. Most of my experience is through, the academic side of it, not actually using it at this point. But there's a lot of little pieces to it. So you got to kind of think of what a standard bank can provide to you. They provide you with loans. They provide you with CDs. They deposit your money into. They provide you with mortgages, those types of things, right?
Okay.
So that's kind of what DeFi is trying to take the place of.
Okay.
So in the DeFi space, you have ways to deposit money and get interest back, kind of like staking. Yaz is our resident expert on staking. Have loans and leverage and those types of things, right? So kind of moving on into what a liquidity pool is, it's kind of like you attaching your wallet to a pool of coins. So like all of us are going to loan our coins, if you will, into this pool. And projects like Uniswap can use that to trade. That's like a DEX, decentralized exchange. And when you loan your money into the liquidity pool, depends on which one you use, they will give you interest back on the transactions that take place inside the pool. And some of them will actually give you tokens back as well. Now, that's not without risk. But it's kind of, I'm kind of getting the feeling that it has it's a lot like a Ponzi scheme, honestly.
Okay.
Because you've got the liquidity pools, you've got the lending, you've got the leverage, and you've got the interest and stuff. And what people are doing to farm these yields is they're using a combination of these products. So what they might do is they might take a huge loan out of a liquidity pool and themselves. So they may put their coins into the liquidity pool, and then they'll take out a huge loan out of the liquidity pool and at a really high interest rate. And that interest rate might generate additional tokens that come out of the pool and actually be a net gain for somebody. So I take a huge loan, I pay the interest on the loan, but the tokens and the bonuses that I get out of the liquidity pool might be more than what I was actually paying for the interest on the loan. So you can kind of imagine what you can do with these things. You know, if you keep taking loans and putting them into other products, and it's kind of cyclical, right? And eventually you're going to run out of liquidity, and the debt's going to kind of crush you.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what a Ponzi scheme is.
I think I would be scared about putting my coins into a pool and there's no guarantee that someone's going to lose that money or that company, that pool is going to go under. How do you retrieve your coins?
So it's actually attached to your wallet. So, you know, there's a number of risks that are involved when doing this. You know, some of them are like something as simple as a bug in the protocol. You know, like Compound might have a bug or whatever. Or you might have, you know, somebody that's in the project that has some sort of an admin key of some sort that will, you know, mess it up, or some sort of governance. You could also have liquidation. So like in some of the pools, like it uses a lot of Ethereum. So Ethereum is, you know, fairly liquid. You know, it'll move up and down versus like DAI. DAI is, you know, kind of pegged to the dollar. So when they have a stable coin with one that fluctuates a whole lot, it can cause some issues where on paper you have less money in the account than what you really do. Now, as soon as you take the money out, it kind of like solidifies your loss. But as long as you leave it in there, you'll still keep accumulating all the tokens and the interest. So it's hard to actually remove your money out of the pool, and this depends on which one you're using without taking a loss.
Okay. Now, when you put your money in that pool, I assume, I mean, it sounds like you're not using it you can't use it for trading, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Just, I don't know.
You know, it would work out somewhat well for something like you and I who have, you know, fairly significant holdings of Ethereum, and you can stick those in the pool and earn some interest on them.
God, but I would hate to lose them, my man. That's my biggest fear is I do that to try to make some money and then the shit collapse, you know? And you and I have seen big exchange. I mean, Cryptopia, that was people traded on that thing actively. Almost everybody on Twitter. They had hundreds of thousands of users and they just disappeared. And people lost like their fucking life savings. So I just, it's hard for me to give up that trust.
So what people are talking about whenever they say yield farming, it's using a combination of all those products, the leverage, the loans, the liquidity pools and everything, and certain combinations and certain products will generate significant returns. Like there are, in my research, I've seen some of the older strategies which are no longer valid where people were getting 100% APR on their money. I mean, there's definitely huge dollars to be made.
Yeah.
But again, it's not without risk.
Yeah.
So all those different combinations of products, there's that coin that was mentioned just earlier, YFI.
Yeah.
The Yearn Finance.
Yeah.
So what they do is they automate some of that stuff for you. So like, you know, try to find the strategies and moving stuff between products, you know, which depending on what interest rates there are and what staking rates and loan rates and all that kind of stuff, it automates a lot of that stuff for you. And that's why that thing has gotten so popular.
Okay. Did you get into that by any chance?
Not really. I try to. My butt puckers whenever I see a coin that jumps all the way up to 38,000. I have a hard time buying it. So
yeah, I know. I have the same problem. All right, cool. Well, thank you for the explanation, man. I appreciate it. I just had no clue what none of that stuff is, and because you know, I hear Yas talk about, you know, the staking with the MCO and all that, but to me, the first thing I ask myself is just what kind of risk do I have of losing that coin? I mean, we all have a risk. I mean, we have a risk on Binance, we have a risk on Coinbase, we've got a risk on, you know, on a digital wallet, but I feel like there's a little bit like you have more control than just giving it up and then hoping that company survives. Maybe I have PTSD of seeing so many companies go under that I'm very, very untrustworthy. So it just doesn't sit well with me when I have to give up my coins and hope that somebody else is going to do something right with them. I'd rather keep them and trade them myself, even if I have to make less money. But I'd rather the risk for me isn't worth it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old.
Some of these staking apps and programs I trust a lot. Like, you know, I have a lot of trust in Binance.
Yeah, me too.
They have their own staking programs now and everything. So I mean, I might pull out some of the tokens that I have in cold storage and stake them there because I'm not looking to sell them anytime soon. So I might as well make a couple of points on them while it's just sitting there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah says that there's no risk on MCO. So I mean, I don't know how it works. I can't say either way. That's just how I personally feel about.
Well, I don't know about no risk, but I'm pretty confident in those guys too.
Okay.
I feel pretty good with those guys.
Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. Another one, Dark, that I had my eyes on that I only know from the group reading the comments. SXP. That's a Binance coin, correct?
That's Swipe. That was the one that was bought by Binance recently.
Yeah, Binance bought that coin because I've been looking and trying to keep track of that one as well. When I was on vacation, I wasn't looking at the market too much, but that one is the only one that I'm really interested in because isn't that the one that's linked to a credit card? You guys were talking about being similar to MCO.
Swipe is a credit card processor that they use on the web a lot. Kind of like it's a gateway to Visa, MasterCard, Amex.
I don't know why it's not on my list. It was on my list. What did I do wrong here? Let me see. Let me find it again. It's really weird. It's not on here, but I did have it. Okay, let me type it in again. It's SXP. Here it is. Tether. Did you get into this one yet?
I think I scalped that one a few times, but I didn't hold it for long.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's really no EMAs on here. Let's look at the daily. Holding nicely on this area for support.
It's really new on Binance. If you look at it somewhere else, you'll see it.
Oh, there's a lot more data now? Okay.
Yeah.
More data on it. Okay. Actually, I would like to do that. I'm anything that Binance buys, I'm interested in because I think
absolutely
they're very, very. It's just, they're just gonna cause that coin to continue to just go up and up. Here it is, SXP and Tether on Qcoin. So even Poloniex has them. So they must have been around for a long time. Okay, let's look at Qcoin and see what it looks there. Okay. Here, let me go to the weekly. Okay. That found the bottom, so we got that, found the bottom. So she put in the top, so she put the top recently, the high, and the high of this was almost $5, $4.99, so almost $5. It's coming back down to that 9 EMA, lines up perfectly with support and resistance. Let's look at the daily. Daily MACD is resetting from this recent breakout to here. She did 618. Damn, she hit exactly 706. She's in the 618 area as this is coming down. This looks like a really, really tempting coin. Very, very tempted to get into this coin here.
You know what? Actually, the Swipe, the credit card processor that I mentioned, that's actually a different company. It's
That's a different company?
Swipe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a different company.
So this one here, isn't this one I thought, does this have a credit card associated to it?
They're going to do credit cards kind of like MCO.
Oh, okay. Okay. But SXP, the symbol, it says Swipe here on the upper left-hand corner of my screen.
Yep.
So that is the same one you're talking about then, no?
No, it's a different company.
Oh, different company? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This looks really good. I'm definitely going to keep I haven't got into this one, but I want to keep my eye on XPX. I think 260, considering that it's been at $5, that's almost a free position. Almost, 20 cents shy of a free position for to get this again. And the MACD has reset on it. There's a lot of good opportunities. I think my biggest problem is a lot of these coins that are running are new coins that I'm not familiar with, so I'm really hesitant. So I kind of rely on what information you guys are feeding me as far as what they are. And like Band, for instance, Band, I would have never paid attention to that coin until you and and Techno were telling me about it. So
pull up coin market cap and just kind of scroll down through the top 20 or 30 coins. You'll see some new guys in that list.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Okay, let me just take a look real quick here at the chat box. I'm gonna close it up, guys. JQ, I'm seeing people posting them on Twitter, probably just screenshots. So GQ's got some good, some links. Swipe wallet, got Swipe too. Okay, Visa. I think somebody put it on our Discord that they were not available in the US yet. Is that right, Darth? These
Somebody just said that in the chat.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That was Yaz.
Are sending out pretty cool. MCO. I bought a new golf club with MCO card. They are sending out pretty cool. I want SXP. I don't own it yet. So Texas is with me too. We're eyeballing. We're both eyeballing SXP. The card isn't available yet. Yeah, said okay. All right, cool. All right, GQ. Thanks for the link. All right, guys. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna send this video, the link over to Mr. Mo so he can post it for those who tuned in late or haven't seen it yet. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. We'll keep an eye on the market, see how overall, guys, if I had to pick one, I'm liking the way the market looks. Mr. Mo actually did a poll earlier. I voted neutral at the time, but now that I'm looking at the market right now, I'm actually bullish. I'm going to go back and change my poll answer to bullish. I like it. How do you feel, Darth? Are you bullish or neutral?
I'm closer to neutral. I want to see us break 12K and hold it.
Okay. All right, cool. Maybe I'm just eager to get back to trading. I've been away for a couple of weeks.
Well, I didn't say I wasn't trading.
What was that?
I didn't say that I wasn't trading.
Oh yeah, I know. No, I'm saying I wasn't. So I think I'm more voting for bullish because I'm biased right now. I want to get back in the swing of things. I miss it. All right, guys, have a good night, everyone. Thanks, Darth, for the information on that farming. It does start making a little bit more sense now of what all that stuff is. Still don't trust it, but it's good to know what it is, just so that I can kind of understand it when you guys are talking about it. All right, guys, everyone have a really good night. Good hanging out with you guys, and I'll be around on Discord if you need me for anything. And any moves on Bitcoin, I'll definitely update you guys. Thanks a lot. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys.